Hello YouTube, it's Lion here with Hobbies of the Man once again, and today we are doing our monthly manga haul, or general haul, just because I buy more things than just manga, but it is mostly manga, so that's what it's generally called, right? So, yeah, I had a bunch of cool stuff this month. I got stuff that I just ordered today, so it's not going to come anytime soon, but I'll still mention it here just because I did buy it in May. But yeah, let's just jump into it. This month was really awesome in terms of what I bought. I managed to also leave the city that I'm in right now and go back to where I live in university, and managed to go to a few different stores there and just to check out what they had. And I didn't really buy much, but the two things that I bought over there were pretty good at a half price books. But yeah, we only have manga, light novels, and some non-manga stuff like comic books and novels. I don't have any Gunpla or any other type of stuff this month, but still I'm pretty happy with what I bought. So yeah, let's just jump into it. The first thing I got this month, which I'm actually super excited about, is the first deluxe edition of Hellsing. Now, I haven't actually bought any other deluxe editions, and I did really want to buy the what's it called? Berserk ones, but Hellsing was cheaper at the time when I was buying this, all the way at the beginning of the month. So I bought the Hellsing one instead, since it's also easier to collect, and I'm really happy with it. I love the size, and I actually like the color now that it's that I'm actually looking at it. Originally I thought it was a little too bright for me, but it's not that bad. The only thing I do want to complain about is that the fact that there's no color pages. It just starts with black and white, which isn't really that bad since it's huge. But if I'm already paying premium for it, just slap some color pages on there. At least like the covers of each volume should be like color pages. At least in my opinion, I just think that it would be nice. But it doesn't really matter that much. It's just like whatever, right? But yeah, Hellsing Omnibus 1, Collector's Edition 1. I don't know what to call it, but it's super nice and it's huge. I love it. It's so big, and it's like pretty heavy. But as long as you sit down to read it, it shouldn't be too much of a bother to actually try to consume the manga that's in here. But yeah, it's so cool, and I'm really happy that I picked it up. I'm going to put it back here since my little table is really full of stuff, right? So yeah, the same day that I bought that, I also got something else, which I'm really happy about. And that is Super Sentai Go Ranger, the classic collection. This is the second classic collection I buy from Seven Seas, and I'm really happy with it. It's so cool, so nice. I love Power Rangers, or at least I did. I think the last one I watched was Samurai, I think. It was on Nickelodeon. The first one I watched was actually Ninja Storm, I think, and I actually went back and watched all the other ones. I think Wild Force was actually the first one I watched. I can't remember, but my favorite ones were Dino Thunder, Wild Force, and the original. I really love those. All the other ones afterwards were not that great. I didn't like Jungle Fury or RPM all that much, and Samurai was so boring. It's also because the main character, like the Red Ranger, was like so like lame compared to everyone else. So I don't know, but I love Power Rangers, and I'm really excited to check out the original kind of version. I love these editions because they're not too big, but they're large enough to be exciting and kind of cool to own. I wish that there was color pages for these as well, but in general, they're not bad. The art style is very clearly old school, which is not that big of a deal to me, but it's just whatever. Some people don't like that. In fact, I was one of those people until I decided that, it doesn't really matter as long as the story's good. I don't mind if the art's a little bit not my style, right? But yeah, that's it. That's the second thing I bought this month. I'll put it back here as well because it's gonna damage my table if I have too much stuff on it, right? And yeah, the next thing I got was Eden Zero Volume 10. Now, I'm super happy about this. I love Eden Zero so much, and I can't wait to read more of it. I haven't read this yet, but I'm super excited to get more of it. And yeah, I'm just really interested in this. I like the cover art as well. I don't know why, but in this one, everyone's wearing red, which is like the same thing that happened in Volume 10 of Fairy Tail. And I don't know if that was intentional, but I mean, I like it either way. It's really nice. I like Mashima's work a lot, and I'm really happy to have this. This is how it looks like in the back. This is the side. I really like this pink color. I don't know if you guys can really tell that it's pink, but it's really nice. I like it a lot. Oh, let's put that correctly. There you go. What else do I have? Okay, then I went to the bookstore and I bought some cool things. I got the volume 3 of The Devil's a Part-Timer. I love this series and I can't wait to check this out because I really enjoyed the anime. I know season 2 is coming, I think. Maybe I just dreamt that. I'm not really sure. But I'm really excited to see where this goes. And I want to know who this baby is because that's kind of funny. And yeah, nothing much to say about this one, honestly. Then I also got Rent a Girlfriend Volume 2. My buddy Robert finally managed to get me to buy the second volume. I didn't really enjoy the first one, but like, I always want to feel like I get the thing I want most at the time. And so I don't actually end up buying sequels and second and third volumes because I always end up buying just whatever's cheaper and then whatever I want the most, right? But I finally got to get Rent a Girlfriend Volume 2. Really happy about it. I'm really excited to see where the story goes and how my man deals with his fake girlfriend and his ex and all the stuff that it entails, right? The art here is always great as always, and yeah, not much more to say about Rent a Girlfriend, so there you go. I also got Dreaming Sun Volume 2, which is nice. This was like 60% off, I think, because it has some really horrible yellowing on top, but it doesn't really bother me since it's mostly going to be on the shelf anyway once I read it, and I'm really excited about this. I really enjoyed the first one, and I'm happy to check out the second one. Also, Seven Seas just has really nice quality volumes, even though they're kind of small. I just like how they feel. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about that one as well. Then I got Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life, which is cool. I really enjoy stuff by Funa. She's just, well, I assume it's a she, but I don't know if they're a she. I don't know at all, but I really enjoy their stories and the way they write because it's really funny and really enjoyable, and it's just kind of ridiculous. And everything that they write that I've read or kind of known about has this really cute, like, just relaxing vibe that I really, really love. I think it's great. So, yeah, that's what I bought after that. I actually bought all of this and these three all together when I went out with my buddy Robert to eat some lunch. And then we went to the bookstore and hung out a little bit. Next, I got Eden 011, which is awesome. I love this cover. I love the purple color on it. And yeah, I can't wait to check this out. I'm really excited to see where the story goes. Again, Volume 10 and Volume 11. I just need Volume 12 and I'll read them together and get working on my other reviews that I have left for Eden 0. And I also have a project that I want to do with Eden 0 where I just go through each arc now that the anime is going on right now, which is really cool. And yeah, that's all I bought over there. Then I also got a few other things, which is this, which is Robotech Archives, which is not actually a Japanese manga. This is a Western comic book, but Robotech is a weird amalgamation of a few different Japanese series from way back in the day. This collects the Macross saga, which is based on the Macross manga, I guess. Let me see if I can find where it says. Yeah, so in the mid-1980s, Carl Masick, or Makic, I guess, I don't know, was recruited to adapt the Japanese space saga for the US market. He combined 3 Japanese series, which is Super Dimensions Fortress Macross, Super Dimensions Cavalry Southern Cross, and Genesis Climber Mospeda, into this thing called Robotech, which is really cool, and this is what it is, and I'm really excited about it. I picked up the first volume because I found it at Half Price Books for really, really cheap. I think it was only about $10 when it also usually sells for like $30, so that was really awesome. I really enjoyed it, and well, I really liked that I got it for so cheap. I didn't actually read the book yet, so I don't know what it's about, but yeah, that sounds pretty cool, so I picked it up, and that's that for that one. Oops. What else did I get? Let me see. Yeah, then I bought some digital books. I bought Dungeon Busters Volume 1 and Ideal Sponge Life Volume 1 as well. I got these for $5 on Bookwalker, which is awesome. I had some coins that were saved up that were going to expire, and then J Novel Club had a sale going on at the time, so I was like, okay, I'll just use it on these books, and I'm really happy with it. I like both of those series, at least in concept, and I'm really excited to read them. I don't know when I'll get to them, but I do want to read them at some point. I'll probably leave them for July, because in July I'm going on a trip to Mexico, and carrying a bunch of books with me is not the best. It's kind of annoying to do. So having a bunch of books saved up on my phone is probably the best way to go. And yeah, then I got this sent to me by Novel Horizons. This is the second book that I'm going to be reviewing for them in the New Dawn membership thing that we have going on. And yeah, they sent me this, and I don't know what it's about, but it's called Shadow of God. And it's written by Derek Halbrook, and it has illustrations by Pop, which are pretty cool looking so far. I flipped through it a little bit, and I enjoyed it. But yeah, I don't know much about it. I think it's some sort of historical fiction type of thing in like a fantasy setting, which is really cool. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, thank you, Novel Horizons, for sending me this. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, next, the last thing I bought was all three of the Captain Harlock Classic collections. I got them for pretty cheap on cheapmanga.com, which is awesome. I just bought them today though, so I don't actually have them with me just yet. They'll probably get here around the first week of June. And yeah, that's pretty awesome. I really like that I was able to buy them for as cheap as I did. And the only reason why I got them so fast and so oddly, because usually I don't buy anything in the last week of the month, is because cheapmanga.com has very limited stock of items, and it was such a cheap deal that I just couldn't pass it up. And also because Captain Harlock is something I have renewed interest in, beyond what I had originally in January, when I said that I was going to try to collect them for my manga collecting goals for 2021. Because I really enjoyed Space Battleship Yamato by Leiji Matsumoto, which I already reviewed this month. So I really wanted to get into Harlock, and I saw the opportunity to buy it for relatively cheap, basically half off what I would normally pay if I bought them all full price from the stores. So I couldn't pass it up. I picked them up. I spent probably a little bit more than I should have this month, but it's all worth it, right? So it's fine. Now, that's all of the manga and light novel kind of stuff that I got. Next, I'm just going to have a small little section for everything that's novels and comic books, right? So let's just jump into that. The first thing I got was Red Hood and the Outlaws, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Volume 1, Redemption. And I picked this up because this is a series that I've been wanting to get for a long time. I love Starfire, and I really like the whole kind of Red Hood thing that he has. Plus, I'm a pretty big fan of Green Arrow because of the TV shows. So I just wanted to check it out. It just kind of coincided with a lot of things that I wanted to pick up. And it was there for like $5, I think. It was at BAM. They were having like a overstock sale on a bunch of stuff that they had. And I just picked it up because it was only $5. Like, that's a really good deal for a book that's usually $15, right? So I picked it up. I'm really happy about it. And yeah, that's the first thing I got. Okay, the next thing I got was The Chronicles of the Black Company by Glenn Cook. Now, I bought this at Half Price Books at one time when I got the Robotech thing. And this was about $8, I think, if I remember correctly, which is awesome since this is usually $22. And yeah, I don't really know that much about this, but I know that's a really cool kind of grimdark fantasy type of story. And it's actually 3 different novels that are collected in one. And I think this is from the ancient days of, what's it called? Serialized storytelling, if I remember correctly. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this is for like some science fiction society, so that's pretty cool. I'm really excited about this. I know that it's supposed to be very interesting, so I can't wait to check it out. But I don't really know much about it, so yeah. Next, or mostly kind of like finally, I guess, I got Lightbringer Volume 2 or Book 2 and Lightbringer Volume or Book 4, which are really big. God damn it! This is why I don't like hardcovers. I prefer paperbacks for novels because these are gigantic. The Blinding Knife, which is book 2, and The Blood Mirror, which is book 4. I still need book 3 and book 5, and then I should be able to start reading the series. I do have book 1 in a little tiny mass market paperback, which I don't mind. I actually prefer those for these giant series because they just take up so much room if you buy them in, you know, these fancy hardcovers, right? But yeah, I'm really excited to read that. I know that it's super good. I know a lot of different booktubers enjoy it, and I just can't wait to check it out. But I'm one of those people that, at least for novels, I do want to have as many as possible, because if I enjoy a novel, I'm going to want to continue to read it as much as possible. And yeah, so I'm going to wait a little bit until at least I get book 3, and then I'll start, and then I'll try to get book 5 before I finish reading the series. So yeah, the other things I got were 2 audiobooks. I got The Aspect 1 and 2, which are actually called Journey to the Fire Grove, which I've already reviewed, and the second one, which is Cessation's Harbinger, from my buddy Ajax Ligon. He sent me the audiobook codes for Audible, which is really awesome. I really appreciate it, man. Thanks so much. And yeah, I think that's actually everything that I bought this month. I think so. Yeah. So that's everything I bought this month in the month of May. I'm super happy with all of my purchases, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know that it was a little bit kind of weird, so I hope you guys don't mind that much, or maybe don't even notice it. Maybe I just like have this weird energy in my head when I'm recording these videos, and so I feel like I'm weird even when I'm not. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, see you guys later.